Unfortunately, there's little indication that most cops have any line at all. The incidents of police officers refusing to inflict injustice upon the people are extremely rare. Even when cops say they personally oppose certain laws, such as marijuana prohibition, nearly all of them continue to violently enforce these laws against non-violent people. In other words, they recognize these laws as counterproductive and unjust, but they choose to enforce them anyway. For the most part, American cops seem completely incapable of disobeying immoral orders, and instead do what the enforcers of every other authoritarian empire have done, inflicting harm on innocent people whenever and however those in power tell them to, while accepting no personal responsibility for their actions. I hope you are better than that. Keep in mind, there are a lot of decent Americans who do have the integrity and courage to draw a line in the sand, a point at which they will disobey and resist violations of their rights by those in power. It may be that they refuse to be disarmed. It may be that they refuse to cooperate with warrantless searches, or refuse to keep funding a government they view as destructive and unjust. Whether you agree with them doesn't particularly matter. What does matter is whether in the end you are willing, if and when you are ordered to do so, to violently assault the dissenters for their disobedience. When they draw their line in the sand and stand their ground, and your supervisors tell you to use whatever level of violence necessary to get submission and compliance from the resistors, will you obey? If it came down to it, would you kill American citizens for disobeying politicians?
I swore an oath to the Constitution when I joined the United States Army. You swore an oath when you joined whatever level or branch of law enforcement or military you're in now. There's a reason it says you swear an oath to protect the Constitution from enemies both foreign and domestic. Domestic. The United States is being fooled on a level never before seen by strictly billionaires. Are you a billionaire? Neither am I. In order to be a billionaire, you have to screw over everyone you've ever met and keep collecting and piling up money. Period. Every time we turn around, the death numbers of this COVID pandemic turn out to be false. 10,000 people died in Italy. Well, according to the mainstream media, 88% of them that died could be misattributed. The death numbers they're giving us are laughable on their face. This entire thing is laughable on their face, and you have scumbags like this making laws that are more and more and more ridiculous. They have just with one fell swoop wiped away the Constitution, wiped away state lines. The United States has never been a disaster area in the history of the United States. What that does is gives the president the power to hand the keys over to FEMA. FEMA is going to be the modern day Gestapo. You need to decide what side of history, moral or not, you're on, period. Because people have had enough, and it's going to get ugly. And that is and always has been the plan. Richie from Boston, love me or hate me, share this video because it's coming. It's coming soon. I'm out.